This is a box of 60 acrylic paint colors from Arteza. They sent it to me and I'm going to try them. I already have been trying them and well, let's see what is in the box. Here on the back side you can see all the colors that are in the box with their light fastness and also if they are opaque or not. And here I see, oh yes, okay, I thought my camera was upside down. There are 60 colors, a lot of blues and greens and reds and grays and yellows, earth tones, everything is in it. I do own a couple of acrylic paints, only 6 or 7 colors, so I used to do a lot of mixing and I didn't use them very often. So what I'm going to do now, try them. There's a disclaimer to this video. I have no idea how acrylic paint really works. So this is going to be one big experiment, but I'm sure it's going to be joyful. And I wanted to start a series on passion for pencils called trying something new. So this is something new. Look, beautiful reds and pink tones. Arteza also sent me this acrylic pad with 16 sheets of, it's not paper, I don't know what it actually is that is in this pad. It looks like a plastic type of canvas, and this was the first painting that I made with the acrylics, with Arteza Acrylics, and as you can see I have no idea what I'm doing, especially when it comes to the colors. This is a sheet that is in this pad, so the surface looks like some sort of canvas, but it actually is not. And this is what I've already done. I just put on all the blue colors from this set of 60 here. And now I'm going to continue and see what this painting could become. I'm starting out with cold gray. And the other one is mauve pale. So, and this color choice is just intuition, and I tell you, my intuition in this case is not based on knowledge or experience. So, this is going to be quite a journey. A lot of learning. Trial and error, but that's okay. So here I'm mixing the paint a little bit and let's put it on the paper, on the sheet. Oh, that's better. Sky blue. Let's add a touch of that sky blue. As you can see, the paint that comes from the tubes is quite thin, smooth. I don't need to add water to them. I don't feel like I need to do that, so I won't. And let's just put this on the mountains. And it's really, this feels so different from colored pencil or watercolor. This is a completely different medium. And yeah. So painting with this acrylic paint it's just it's a different world, so I'll need to figure out how that works. The brush that I am using is a brush for acrylic paint. I've had that brush for years. For the few times that I did use acrylic paints, I did use it for, you know, the Sinterklaas parties. Here in the Netherlands on December the 5th, we celebrate Sinterklaas. And then it is a tradition to make a surprise, to buy a present and put it in a do-it-yourself package, and that can be anything. That can be anything, but you know, the idea is be creative. And then once in a while I pick up those acrylic paints to paint a box or something like that. Last year I made a game for my brother-in-law. So let's add a little bit more of this blue paint. This mixture of blue and gray and purple. Here we have titanium whites. Those 3 stars there, they are indicating the light fastness. I have no idea what that light fastness rating is worth. I have no idea. And then there is on the tube also the name, of course, light fastness, which pigments are in there is on the tube, and whether the paint is translucent or opaque. And in acrylic paint, you know, opaqueness is handy. You can cover mistakes. So I'm just messing around right now, just putting it on the paper, you know. It's actually very joyful to work with these paints. The only reference that I have when it comes to acrylic paints is a Winsor & Newton student grade acrylic paint that I have, called Galeria, and it's quite clear that the Galeria paints are thicker than this Arteza. So I think Arteza has more water in it, and that would be logic since they are so cheap. They are really not very expensive. If you want to try these paints, there is a link in the description of this video. So you can buy them and just test it. By the way, the reason that I started a new painting on this canvas and not on the sheet pad that Arteza gave me, this is Viridian Green. Let's give it a try. The reason why I bought a larger, so let's do some mixing. The reason why I did a larger painting is because I had a feeling that because I know so little about painting with acrylics, that the smaller I go, the more difficult it becomes. So I went to a store here and I bought, I think it's A2 size, something like that. Twice as big as the Arteza sheets that I received. Just so there's more room to do some fixing. Well, as I am adding this color, I'm not quite sure if this is the right choice. Don't think so. So here it becomes clear that I have very little knowledge of of the color theory, which color matches other colors very well and which don't. But acrylic paints, they are opaque, most of them are, so if it doesn't work for me, I can let it dry and cover it with something else. No problem at all. That's so much fun. So I think I should let this dry right now, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't think this is the right color. No. So as you can see, I already added other colors, but I lost the footage. I'm so sorry. But this is raw sienna and cold gray again. If you want to know what I did, I added a raw umber and a green olive in the background to cover that hideous Viridian green. And now let's add this mixture and let's just see what's going to happen. Oh, this feels so nice. This feels really nice. Yeah. To me, painting and coloring is it's all about the feeling of the pencils on the paper or the paints and brushes on the paper or the canvas. And this is the same game. It's all about that feeling, and I love it. I just love it. The paint feels smooth. Again, I'm not sure whether this is a good quality paint, but it gives me lots and lots of joy. And I think I'm just going to cover the white area here underneath in the bottom part of this painting. It's just wonderful. Yeah. It looks like it feels like an expressionistic way of painting. It fits that paint. Sky blue this is, or it fits me. Sky blue and cold gray. With this paint I'm just covering the bottom part, and maybe this could become water, a lake or a stream, or maybe this will become trees. I'm not sure. I don't think the camera is I'm afraid the camera is not completely Well, I hope you can see it. Now the camera is not automatically focusing on the canvas board. I'm so sorry for this, that it's just, it's not a clear view. And my hair is and let's add some trees here, or something that could become a tree. So if you ask me, is this paint worth buying? I think it is when you are a crafter. So when you want to use this paint for other things than only painting. If painting is very serious business for you, I'm not sure if Arteza is the right choice. But if you would just want to try something new and you are creative and you could use this paint for something else also, something else than painting, just painting, you know, a box or whatever, then I can recommend these. I like them, and well, I have a couple of clipboards that are still very boring and brown, and I think I'm going to paint them with these Arteza paints. And they are also great for what I'm doing right now, just messing around and figuring out how painting with acrylics actually works. And I really, really enjoy this process. You can't see it in the video, but I'm wearing an apron because, you know, if this paint, if you get it on your clothes and it dries, then you will never get it out. It dries like some sort of plastic, I always feel. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. The next few weeks I will continue to try to make this painting, to turn it into a real painting, something that looks good, because right now it looks like it looks messy. And well, I will continue to work with the Arteza paints. So again, if you want a good review, I always say this is a first impression. A first impression is never a review. You have to get to know the stuff, your paints, your pencils, your crayons, whatever you use for art. You need to get to know them before you can say whether it's good or not and whether it fits your hand or not. That is, yeah, there we are. Olive green and titanium whites. So you never know whether it's whether it works for you if you just use it one time. That's just not working. Well, let's see, what am I going to do? Well, it's an interesting stroke. That is an interesting color. So this is a first impression, and my first impression is Arteza is bringing lots of joy again. It's just a great brand for exploring different types of medium. And this acrylic paint also is a great way of exploring. Look at that, this is so joyful. This is so nice to do. I have more brushes than these. This is one of the bigger ones that I have. Maybe I should try an even bigger one. But that will be some other time. And let's try some impasto techniques. That is thick paint, putting thick paint on your canvas and use that texture in your painting. And I'm just trying it out just to see how it dries, and because this Arteza paint is quite fluid, I think. So let's see how this dries. So I think this is about it for now. So can I recommend this paint? Yes, but not for professional artists, I have to say. If you are professional or wanting to be professional, be careful, be cautious, be cautious. Otherwise, it's lovely. Well, see you in the next episode. Bye bye.